So this is lesson 101, ratio problems, and we've already done those. These involve totals, so it's a little bit different, but the same idea. So they say a ratio of boys to girls in the class was 5 to 4. So that means if you have 5 boys, you're going to have 4 girls. If you have 10 boys, you're going to have 8 girls. So they said you had 27 students altogether. How many girls were there? So you know how I love my ratio boxes. So I made myself a little ratio table. I have 5 boys and 4 girls. That's my ratio. My thing is boys and girls. I have total students. So I add 5 and 4 and I get 9 total students. Well, that's my ratio, but I actually have 27 students. Okay, so I can do this one of 2 ways. What am I going to do to 9 to get 27? Multiply by 3, right? Well, I have to do the same thing to all of them to keep my ratio as a proportion, so make sure it's an equivalent amount. So 5 times 3 is 15, 4 times 3 is 12, so I see that I have 12 girls. Okay, well that's not bad. If I don't know easily what to do to the ratio to get the actual, I can set up my proportion butterfly. Oops, I forgot it's a little antenna, right? So 4/9 is the same thing as something over 27. They wanted to know girls, so I went ahead and used my 4 girls and 9 total. And that's my ratio. Here's my actual thing, 27 total kids, and I don't know how many girls. So I multiply my one butterfly wing, 4 times 27, and I get 108. I multiply my other butterfly wing, I get 9 times x is 9x. So, I know 9x equals 108, because each wing of the butterfly is the same amount, right? So this wing equals this wing. 9x equals 108. I want to get x by itself. I'm isolating the variable. So as long as I do the same thing to both sides, I can change that amount. So I want to get rid of that 9, get x by itself. So I'm going to divide both sides of the equation by 9. 9x divided by 9 and 108 divided by 9. When I do that, I see that 9 over 9 turns into a 1. 108 divided by, remember that's the same as divided by, is 12. So x equals 12. So it's the same thing that I did with the ratio table, and just filling out that. If it doesn't work easily, you can always do this. So let's do another one. I say the example says the ratio of football players to band members was on the football field was 2 to 5. So, oh my gosh, they have a big band and not so big a football team, right? So for every 2 football players, you're going to have 5 band members. Wow. And then they tell you that the actual amount of kids on the field were 175 kids. Wow. So how many total kids do I have for my ratio? 2 plus 5 is 7. So I can do that. Is there anything I can do to 7 to get 175 easily? I'm going to check real fast. 175 divided by 7. 7 will go into 17. 2 times, times 25. Okay, times 25. And my question was, how many football players were on the field? I'm going to do that. Oops. Sorry, that's a multiply. I'm going to do the same thing. So I see that 50 football players were on the field. That's easy, isn't it? I can also say, now I can just ignore the band members. I don't need that right now. All they're asking me is about football players. I only needed the band members to get the total. So I can say 2/7. So this is football total equals, and I just pretend like I didn't know that, so that would be my x over 175, right? So this is still my real total, my actual total, and this is football players. Actual football players, right? Okay, so if I multiply that wing, so 175 times 2, 0, 5, 350, right? Okay, so I'm going to say that wing equals 350, and this wing is 7 times x. 7, right, divided by, okay. So I want to get rid of that 7. I want x by itself. Do you notice how I ended up with the x on that side? It's okay. It doesn't matter. It can go either way. So let's divide both sides by 7. That goes away. And I'm going to say x equals, and how many times does 7 go into 350? Oh, look, 50 times. So x equals 50. It's the same thing I got here by doing it this way. It doesn't always work easily. What if that was a 32? I don't know. Then we wouldn't be able to easily figure out how it went to 175. But as long as you do the same thing to all of your pieces of the ratio, then you'll keep your ratios in a proportion. Okay. I put this sheet, because I like it, on the web page. So if you want to go take a look at the web page, this sheet might be helpful to you. It might not. Let's see. On the practice set, A says sparrows and crows perched on the wire in the ratio of 5 to 3. So because they said sparrows and crows and the ratio is 5 to 3, that tells me I have 5 sparrows and 3 crows. So what's the total birds in our ratio? Oh, 8. But there's actually 72 birds. So see if you can fill in all the pieces on your ratio table to help you figure that out. Okay? Good luck. Let me know if you need any help.